Hi,
See,
Craig.
that's right, Craig. So back to what I was saying.
Mm,
I'm an
what?
American, and I believe in free speech, and I'm gonna say what I want. And all this
Mm-hmm.
idea of you look at us and you always give me that. You're that whole like you just think you're superior and you're number one, and you look down on people. And look, Bubs, I only think
Mm.
America is superior because it's a fact. And that's kind of why people hate us, because most people would be gracious about it. If you're the top dog and you're like the most important thing in the room, you would want to show grace and humility. As an American, I don't know what grace and humility are. And that's why you guys always get mad at us. Where you're like, you just walk in here and you just start talking about freedoms and like how this is not fair and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, my love, but this
How
is
did
how
you
we are.
know that? How did you know that?
How do I know we're number one, or how do I know people look at us that way?
No, yeah, the latter, Bob.
My mother is an immigrant from a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many cousins and family members that are just like, because you think just because you live in America and you have like running clean water and you don't have to worry about cartels coming into your house and murdering you or starving to death, you think you're better than
Is
us?
that
I'm like,
really how
no.
it is, Bob?
In Mexico? Yes.
Like in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have peace, even if you're not connected with any drug lords or.
It's it. You can live your life as a normal person, but there's issues that arise just like anywhere else, Bubs.
Mm,
And it's just how it
like,
is.
cause the way I see it is there's no like security or it's not safe to stay there.
No, my camera turned off. Sorry, let me turn it back on.
Mhm.
There's like anywhere else, there's places you can go and visit. Like Mexico City is a modern city, so and all
Mhm.
the amenities like you would get like in Metro Manila or like in Los Angeles or New York or Houston or San Antonio or London, they're there. But just like where you live, if you leave the confines of the city, stuff kind of gets dangerous, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, same thing. But the big difference is where you guys used your government to kill people who did drugs or dealt drugs, the Mexican government lost because all the people who dealt drugs bought better guns. And they're kind of Mexico has a romanticism for like the rebellious streak because they have like stories of like Pancho Villa and all these other revolutionaries that like fought the corrupt government for the people, and the narcos kind of try to do the same thing. They're not really doing it, but they want to give the impression. And like they
Mhm.
build roads and they build better hospitals than the government builds, and they protect the streets at night
Mhm.
because it's one of those things of okay, the drug cartels took over your town, but you can go outside at night and not worried about getting shot anymore. You don't have to worry about crime because if you commit crime in a territory they own, they're gonna fucking kill you. And
Okay, but
it's
that's good that they even like built like hospitals
but they do that
and.
to try to win the people over, but the cartels at the end of the day are fucking vicious, violent money machines. They will fucking kill
Yeah,
you and hang you from a light pole with your intestines coming out.
that's very harsh, Bob.
It's a very shitty life they live. That's not all of Mexico is like that. If you live like parts in Mexico City and it's civilized, it smells like piss, like every other major city. It's
When was the last time that you visited Mexico, Bob?
when I was 17.
It's a long time, Bob.
Yeah, I haven't been back since. I went to go say goodbye to my grandmother and my grandfather because I was moving out of California, and that was it. Because it
How
would
long
my
did you
mother.
stay there?
Oh, when I was younger, we used to go a lot. I used to spend summers there.
Mm.
And then they would fucking want me to fucking do all this other bullshit schooling stuff because school doesn't end. School's year round over there. So they'd
Really?
be, yeah, they'd be like, you have to go to school. And I'm like, fuck this nonsense. I'm not going to a place where they speak only Spanish. And they're like, it's 14 o'clock. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not 14 o'clock. You know what fucking time it is? It's fucking 2 or
It's
3 o'clock. That's stupid. Do real time.
That's military time, Bobs.
I don't live. If I wanted military time, I'd be in the military. Hola.
Bobs, he
I see
does it
him.
all the recording.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Ano, mama? Dala diri si Zoe. Dala si Zoe. Dala. Dala diri si Zoe. Putang diri. You
Well,
said Zoe's crying.
we'll go get her if you have to. I'm sorry, I have a cookie in my mouth.
That's, I told him to bring Zoe here.
Oh, she always wants your attention.
Yes, Bobs. You know what? Like while I was like listening to the class, I was feeding Zoe. I was changing her clothes, her nappies and all, Bobs. It's kind of stressful.
It's that's life. You got a single mom, right? You'll
It's
be
okay,
fine.
Bobs.
I love you.
Yeah, it's it's also good. It's fulfilling, like
Well, of course it
feeling.
is. That's like the best thing. That's the one thing human beings are here to do. We're here to make more.
Yes.
It's like it's great.
Okay.
It's true. Like it's passing a piece of us
Yes.
on to the future.
Yeah.
That's why I'll be comfortable when we have a boy, and I know he exists. I can be comfortable and be happy with dying if I know there's a smart ass, just depressed, egotistical moron just like me.
Bobs.
What? It's true. Like I'm tired of people telling me like
It's
you just
always
can't
here.
say that you're depressed. I'm like, yeah, I can say that. It's mine.
It's okay.
Yes.
Dali diri ah.
Your autofocus on your
Sweet
blurred
ka.
background is gonna give me a seizure.
Why?
Because you move and it autofocuses, and my eyes are trying to focus on the image, but it keeps going blurry, unblurry, blurry, unblurry.
Alagi kang baby. Kang igang naman kayo ng baby.
Okay, Bubs. So,
Mm,
why do you think Kanye West
I'm
is a
here.
bad person?
I didn't think of like that, Bobs.
You said you didn't like him because he was like a horrible person.
What?
You said you didn't like Kanye because he was a horrible person.
I think he's like disrespectful, Bobs.
How do you think he's disrespectful?
No, it was just like I, you know, that Taylor and Kanye issue
Oh my
before,
god.
like,
Because he, because he
but
jumped in
Bob's
front of
that's
her on a
kind of
stage.
this. Hmm?
Because he gave her the, hey Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the greatest video of all time. Of all time. He didn't look.
Yeah, I just find it disrespectful, Bob's. Like,
Out of all the stuff Kanye
that's
has done recently,
humiliating.
that's what you hate.
Well, Bob's, I don't know him. I just like knew
He
him that
literally
his.
he was literally all over the news for hating the Jews.
But Bob, she like I only knew him like as Kim Kardashian's husband,
That's what I love
and
this aspect because you're so not part of American culture. So the reason why you hate him is completely like it's just
but
it's out of the ordinary compared
Bob's.
to us. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like it's. I think it's funny because here people hate him for stupid reasons. Even though I
Mhm.
love Kanye, I think Kanye is amazing. Kanye puts God and family first, and he makes great music. Um, but like it's funny to hear like a foreigner's perspective on American culture. I keep forgetting like how much my culture radiates to the rest of the world.
Mhm. Hold on,
What do
Bob's.
you?
I'm gonna play something for Zoe.
Okay. I'm going to eat
So
another cookie then. So what?
hold on, I'm back. Mm,
Okay.
I'm sweating, bumps.
You're not a fan.
Mm.
Turn on a fan.
It's on, Bob's.
Just buy you a better one. Like a big old box fan.
I want to have the the cooling fan,
Cooling fan.
but
Like the ones that come with water.
yeah,
Why don't you just buy like an
it
AC
works like
unit?
an air con. I know you would say that.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why you have this attitude of just like, we'll just tough it out. No, you don't have to tough it out, Bobs. The hard part's been done. They invented air conditioning. Just use that.
They're still existing, Bobs.
I'm just you know. But here's the thing: like, you don't have to exist without air conditioning.
Bobs,
Like,
but which one consumes electricity more?
but Bobs, here's the thing: electricity's really cheap when you think about it. Compared to everything else we spend on bills, power is like the cheapest thing we buy.
Hmm,
Yeah,
no, Bobs.
Bobs. Let's
Maybe
add
in
up
your
what you.
country.
It's everywhere. Add up what you. The price per kilowatt in general is cheaper compared to what you eat. Let's put all the money you spend on eating in a month, and let's compare it to your electrical bill.
Well, of course, Bobs, you eat like 3 times a day.
You eat 3 times a day.
Hmm.
Uh huh.
No, I
So like,
don't.
no, you're skinny, and that's why I love you. But no, I'm just saying, like, when you think of all the other luxuries that we spend our money on, power isn't the biggest one. Like, the biggest things are other stuff like water or food and
Maybe
luxury goods in the grand scheme of things.
water is lesser, Bobs, compared to electricity.
Yeah, but you guys buy bottled water because you can't drink from the faucet, which I think is
Hey,
so
back
weird.
then, back in the province, Bobs, we did. But when this purified water
For people
existed,
listening that don't understand what a province is, it's the countryside.
oh, sorry, Bobs.
Oh no, I gotta throw that disclaimer out there.
Hmm.
I just had to throw the disclaimer
But
out
yeah,
there.
back in the province, Bobs, when I was maybe until high school, like we were drinking like water from the faucet.
Okay, but did you have a well nearby? Is that why you're drinking
But
water
when
from the
I
faucet?
no, that's tap water, Bobs, back
Mm-hmm.
then. And when I got here in Cebu City, the tap water doesn't taste good. So people are opting for, purified water.
When I was a kid and I went to Mexico, my mother even told me, "Do not drink the water from the tap water; you'll get sick." And I was young, so I wasn't used to that yet. So, yeah, you will get
Mm-hmm.
sick. So I was like 7 or 6.
Really? Or you're just
Yeah,
not used to it?
I'm used to drinking water from the tap water. That's like I was raised that way. Like I will die on this hill. You know what? I will rather drink water from my tap water than buy a fucking bottled water. I think bottled
Really?
water is unnecessary when I have a tap water. I can go into my bathroom and drink the water from that sink. Why wouldn't I? Right?
Why?
Because it's water. Like when I was a kid, we used to drink water out of water hoses. But like
But yeah, I used to drink like tap water, Bobs.
well,
It's just here in Cebu City, the water doesn't
okay.
taste good.
So
Even
from
back when I would just visit here, those were like elementary days when I
but
visit Cebu City.
So let me ask you,
The
why would you leave a place where you can drink the tap water, living was cheaper and easier, you didn't have to worry about the craziness of the big city. Why go to Cebu in the first place?
Bobs, the like the opportunity in the province or in the country is not the same as in the big cities, Bobs.
It's the same here. Nobody wants
And
to work in their shitty small
no,
towns.
Bobs. And Bobs, back then, like it's already in my mindset when I was still like younger that the jobs that you can get in the province are just like, governmental, like, jobs.
So
And
hold on,
the
stop
government
me.
here.
I know. Well, I will get to that in a minute. But so basically, you did what many people in my country do when they used to move to where I'm from, which is Los Angeles. You were living a small town life with not many opportunities, and you had dreams of coming to the big city
Hmm.
to get more opportunities and make it.
Well, Bobs, let me also explain that my late father, like, was raised here in Cebu City.
Oh, so oh,
He
so your
only
dad,
moved
your
to
dad was a
Surigao.
your daddy was a city boy who fell in love with a country girl. Is that what it is? Huh?
Bob's my mom also live in a city.
Oh, but not as big though.
But
You're
yes.
well, I don't know. I've
Yes.
always been a
And they
city
just
kid.
well, Bob's it's we live as well like in the city, but it's not like a big city compared to Cebu.
Hmm.
So it's not really that, that countryside that you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of it's like where I live, and I consider this the country. But again, I'm
It's
from
like a small
a mega
city.
city. I'm like from a super metro city. So like anything outside of that to me is small
Mm.
town. Like if you have less than like 2 million people, I think it's small.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Mm, that's what happens when you're from the great city of Los Angeles. And then I fucking left like an idiot to Texas. I got tired of the racism and living
There.
like shit, so I came to a place that's super racist and I live like shit.
And you you love Texas. You said that.
I love freedom. Because it's different, Bubs.
Oh.
And in my country, there's this thing that has happened where okay, now I'm gonna use this term, and if people are offended, I don't care. But the gays and the sissies took over.
Hmm?
And I don't mean gay as in like people who are gay and they suck cock. I mean like gays, like the people who are unappreciative, they're privileged, they don't understand real struggle. They're the ones pushing, especially in California. They kind of ruined the state.
Mhm,
They ruined it for everybody for the simple fact that they care about not looking racist and not looking
mhm,
evil, that they're doing these things that are just fucking stupid. They're teaching young kids to be transsexual when you if you're a transsexual person, you would know. It's not you have kids that are doing it because they're confused. Some of them are just gay, but you got
mhm,
this fucking weird teacher who's literally telling them like, no, you don't have to tell your parents. You can just become a man or a woman. First off, no, the parents have the right to decide how the kid's going to be. Second thing that they do, they treat homelessness as a sad thing, like, and it is. But here's the thing: a lot of the people who are homeless in that state are addicted to drugs and mentally ill. So giving them money does not help. They just use it to buy more drugs. They commit crime in order to supply drugs. If they're mentally ill, and a long time
yeah.
ago, if you were mentally ill, they
What
took you
they
to
correct.
places to like
Mhm,
help you out, like mental wards, and like they're like, no, we got rid of those, and now they're just wandering the streets. Three, they're this ideology where if you believe in God, you must be a bigot. If you are white in any way, you must be a monster. minorities are we're all special, but we all have to be segregated. I can't question your ethics or your identity. I can't assume your gender. I have to accept if you say I'm a fucking penguin, I have to be like, okay, you're a penguin. No, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's super dumb. It's the idea in Mike, because again, for us, we value free speech over everything. Expression and free speech and freedom. Free speech is being infringed upon because you have all these people that are saying, you can't say this, that offends me. You can't say that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You're
Mm-hmm.
hurting my feelings. Okay, you have the right to have your feelings hurt. And guess what? I can tell you, that's stupid. Your idea is stupid. You dumb. And that's freedom of speech, baby. As long as I am not physically trying to kill you or destroy your life,
Yeah.
you got to live with it. And the second
Mm-hmm.
thing is like, again, I'm not super religious. You know this. But the idea that all religious people are evil fucking monsters that just fucking want to kill gay people is fucking stupid. And real gay people hate these new gay people. Because the old gay people, like the ones that I grew up with, and like my cousin Vanessa, who is a lesbian woman who is married and she's raising kids, and she kind of dresses like a dude, but she's not a dude. She's still a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She is a traditional person, but like, she doesn't give a fuck. She just wants to be left alone and live her life. While these other people are like, you, life is a struggle. Life is hard. America's the worst place to. We live in the most dominant country on earth. Like, they can go to where you live, Bob's, and they won't last a single fucking day. Not one fucking day. For some fucking reason, they've become so privileged. They've forgotten our pledge to
Yeah.
not only the world, but to ourselves is to be the adult in the room, to be reasonable, to have conversations, to agree and disagree, and to help lead the world where it's supposed to go. Not sit here and fucking argue if there's a transgendered woman on a beer can. I don't, that also bothers me. You sell beer. Just sell me beer. Don't sell me a dude with a dick on the. And if you are gonna sell me a fucking lady boy on my beer can, make it a gorgeous lady boy. Make me question if I'm gay. Make me be like, you know what? Maybe. Just maybe. Just don't give me ugly people. Well, also, that's another thing, Bob's. We've
Bob's, how would they know
but
if you find?
that's for you to
How would
decide.
they know?
But here's the thing, like we've accepted ugliness as normal. Like not and I don't mean to be mean, but like a supermodel is a supermodel because they are unobtainable. It's something none of us will achieve. They are perfection, right? So when a fat woman is like, I am also a model. No, you're not. Because here's
But
the thing.
Bob's,
I understand. Let me finish. And I promise I will let
okay.
you get your point across. I'm on a roll here. Like, look, a fat person can be a model, whatever, okay. But you are lowering the standard of what these people go through in order to become people that are models and whatnot because they're not just super hot. They're going through things, they have to maintain body weights. It's a lot of pressure. But here's the thing, they get the attention and accolades because they put the work in. And then you got these, and again, I love you, and I'm not saying this to be sexist, ugly, fat, fucking chunkalicious bitches who just walk in the room and be like, you should automatically tell me I'm brave because here I am and you have to accept me. Again, as a person who's fat, no, I don't. No. What we're doing is unhealthy. We're going to die fast. I'm not going to say it's okay
But
to be that
Bob's,
way.
like, yeah,
Yes,
can I
ma'am.
say
Yes.
something about
Yes, my
it?
love.
Because people nowadays are like more accepting to, to things, not
Yeah.
just like, with like having or being fat. And aside from that, Bob, there are really like different kinds of, built or body structure.
Oh, I know, and I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about
You're
fat
talking about
bumps.
that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like when they try to put spandex on and they turn into two different stomachs, the bottom stomach and the top stomach, and the bottom stomach hits their thighs and their knees, and their face looks
Mm-hmm.
like a fat, swollen pig face.
Well, yeah, I would agree that you will not be, encouraging people to. you know, keep going or keep eating,
Mm-hmm.
if that will only like lead them to be, super unhealthy. Because
And
you're
that's
right, you have a point that by being so accepting, you're not actually helping them.
exactly. And like the big thing and just the attitude, like the difference between, again, Western women would get mad, but the difference between a Western woman and a woman where you're from is you guys are more traditional women. You believe in traditional roles. You believe in, a woman can do whatever she wants, but her job in a family, is to help raise the kids and be her husband's support and be a good partner. While Western women are fucking insane. And when I say fucking insane, I mean like okay, they're like, I can only marry a man that makes $200,000 a year. He has to take care of me. He has to do everything. I'm not gonna work, but if I do want to work, it's gonna be all my money, and I have to be waited on hand and foot. And you're kind of having to do everything.
Is that the same Bobs for all like Western
And
women?
that's all. Yeah, a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, they don't believe in traditional gender roles. They're just like, I'm just as important as the man is. There are no difference between men and women, and that's what they say. And then I would like to explain to them the very country we live in, the very world the entire world lives in, the city that we live in, all of that was built by men. It's being run by men. The men who get up at 4 in the fucking morning to make sure the power stays on, to run our water facilities, to do construction. This idea that it's bad to be a man, like a traditional man, to be masculine and just be a dude, is not welcomed here. It kind of sucks.
Aren't
Well,
they just want to, promote like equality between.
it started that way. And there are some women who argue to other women or like people of those side. They're like, "Hey, we've gone off message, and we're no longer standing for the original values." Like they'll bully other women to follow what they think, which kind of goes against feminism of women being independent and finding
Mm,
their own life. But like again, like mine and your relationship. We make jokes, and I say you're the more dominant one in the relationship, but like it's we have rules. Like I'm the guy. I'm the one that's trying to make the money and putting a lot of stuff on the line to make sure we're successful. And you're my partner. You're always there to help me out emotionally and spiritually and guide me. That's
give
kind
and
of what's
take,
supposed to happen.
Bobs.
Yeah, and that's why our relationship works. It's a traditional relationship. And I'm not when I say traditional and people are like, you just because it's different doesn't mean it's not better. Here's the thing. There could be two ways to open a door. One, you turn the doorknob and you walk in the door. The other one, you beat your head against the door until it's bloodied and then you break in through the door. You got into the room, but one
Yeah,
way is kind of better.
true.
Yeah. No, I don't know. And then like you guys like I would say Asians are not racist, but you're racist against other Asians, which I find hilarious.
Hey, how do you say that?
Oh, how do Southeast Asians and Chinese people treat each other?
I don't know,
Do Koreans look down on Southeast Asians?
Bobs. I didn't
Do
like.
do all of you Asians look down on Indians like, ugh, you weird brown people? Uh,
I don't know.
do you think Filipinos are better than Indonesians?
We myself, Bobs, like it.
That right there says you kind of do.
No, Bobs. You know that I don't compare myself,
I know, but it's funny
right?
because because
Because
around the world, Asians, you guys like don't care about like white people or black people or Hispanics. You're like, okay, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But when other Asians see other Asians, you guys get very hierarchical real fucking quick. Light skinned Asians don't look down on brown Asians. I said white Asians don't look down on brown Asians. Yes, they do. Brown Asians want to be white Asians. Yes, they do.
well, whitening here, Bobs, is number one thing.
I know what. Explain that to me. What is that? Like, well, I okay for the Filipinos, I understand because that's just the
I think
Spanish
we
culture.
find it like we find it beautiful, Bobs, if you're white. If you have this light skin, Bobs, this fair
Hmm.
skin.
Which is kind of like trippy because like in over here, it's kind of like backwards a little bit where everybody wants a tan.
Well, no, it's not gonna be like the same for
But see, I
everyone,
understand
Bobs.
the Filipinos' perspective of being whiter because that's the Spanish influence because they did that in the Latin Americas where all the brown people want to be whiter and like the whiter people see themselves on top. Like people who don't think Mexicans
Maybe
are
people
racist,
are just. I think people are just not contented with what they have. That's
kind of,
probably why.
but like that racism is real because in Mexico, if you watch the news, there are no brown Mexicans. It's only the white
Really.
ones. Only the white ones are on our TVs and our movies.
But I told you, right? Like I told you that like I'm really not into, getting white skin because I just want to have like a delicate skin.
I love your
So
skin.
I'm
I'm white
I'm
enough for the both
okay
of
with
us.
that's just my goal to have a delicate skin, Bobs.
Yes, Bob.
But of course, because like all the products here mostly
Our
like
skin
is
whitening.
for white. Yes, Bobs. I don't know. I can't find any like products that's not like that has no whitening, Bobs.
Just buy. You can't buy like suntan lotion without whitening.
We have like sunscreen or sunblock, Bobs, but there's no for tanning. No,
In this country, there is.
I
It is
I,
a
I can't
billion-dollar
find.
industry.
I can't find, Bobs.
Some white
If we
people are
were,
so insane here. They look like Donald Trump. They're just orange, and they're like, "I look good," and I'm like, "You look like a fucking clown. What the hell happened to you?" They're like, "I look like I was in the sun all day." Like, you look like you got beat to death with a carrot. That's just bad. I love you.
I love you, Bobs. Sorry, Iris texting.
Mm. Hey, Bobs.
Mm.
Do you have any advice for anybody out there how to survive in a long distance relationship as long as we have?
Me, Bobs?
Yeah, what's your advice?
Well, for me, it's like understanding. Fights are always there, and it's a way to spice up relationship,
See,
right?
we agree to disagree because there are times where you feel that we need to fight, and I'm just like, no, we're
And
good, and you're like, no,
I'm gonna make an issue, right?
yeah, like you
And
just feel
start
like
the
it's
fight.
time to fight. Like you look at your watch, like, oh, we haven't fought in a couple days, we're
Or like
due.
we we need to fight, Bobs.
To anybody listening out there, no, you don't. You don't need to fight. Our dynamic is weird.
Well, Bobs, that will spice up the relationship. So
Yes, our
fight would always be
it gets
there,
spicy
but
enough without fighting.
yes, but you what you like need to you know consider to think about it is to also like lower your pride and
So
to
yeah,
listen,
and
right?
how yeah how would you
And you
explain
have
that
to
better
like
for someone?
understand. Well, when we fight, Bobs, you know that you won't give up, I won't give up, but then like we would say that, oh, let's break up and all, and then oh yeah, let's break up, and then after a minute or two I would be texting you, Bobs, answer me.
Uh-huh.
So
But now 9 times out of 10, who's the one that gives in?
you.
Yes, because I'm just like I'm fighting is dumb. Just be my best friend. I love you, and you're just like fine. I'll stop fighting you for 5 seconds over something that we forgot about already.
Yes, it's,
That's
it's
just
really just to spice it up the
I
relationship.
I
That's all.
we are in a okay.
There's
So what else would you say?
you know the benefits after the fight, Bobs.
I do. Everybody knows. We're not gonna say it because this is a family oriented show.
Yeah. So I think that's the purpose of the fight.
Yes. So this segue, like this is like a commercial. If you want to have great sex, fight with your significant other. Fighting leads to great sex.
Hey, Bobs.
What else? What other advice would you give?
You know, understand each other. It's a big thing. And support each other, Bobs. You know?
Yeah,
Yes, that's the most important thing. That's to support each other. Because it's a give and take. So I I support you.
that's true. That is important. Those are very important things, and I agree with all of that pretty much. I all those are decent examples, except the fighting.
And we're each
Don't fight with your
other's
partner unless you have
motivator.
to. Of course, we're each other's
Yes, we
motivator. That's another
motivate.
thing.
Yes, we motivate each other
I
whenever you're feeling down. I would always
yeah
be here, Bobs, to, you know,
yeah.
cheer you up,
I
to
motivate you to
push
fight me
you.
all the time.
Bobs, you know the purpose of the fight.
I do. You're the only woman I've ever been with that weaponizes a fight as a romantic tool. Most people say I
Well,
love you.
not every Bobs, like each, like, person is
I
unique.
know. Well, you're unique, and I love that. Your uniqueness is the best thing. That's why I loved you all these years.
I
Okay.
love you, Bobs.
Oh, I want virtual puppies. So you've
Mm,
given that type of advice. So what would you say
mm.
is the best part about our relationship?
They really need to say it here.
Oh no, we don't. Okay, that's that'll be a bonus episode that only we can hear. I
Yeah,
love you.
I love you, Bobs.
Okay, what else?
You're
You
looking
pick the next
sexy there,
subject.
Bobs.
I'm always looking sexy. That's all day, every day. Sitting here like a sexy DJ
Yes.
with my beautiful voice coming through the microphone, just super
Yes,
clear.
Bobs.
Yeah.
Excellent, Bobs.
Yeah, well, you heard it here first, people. Whenever she breaks up with me, I'm fucking gorgeous, I'm sexy, and I'm available. So I love you.
Love you, Bobs.
Okay. I have been dictating these conversations, so we're gonna do a segment called "You Pick the Subject." So what do you want to talk about, pops?
No. Bobs, you know I'm indecisive.
Oh, if anybody knows how indecisive you are, it is me. I have just you picking food sometimes just makes me just want to crush my phone.
Yeah.
I just want to be like,
You,
you know
you
what?
know, you know what my respond always, Bobs.
Whatever you
What is
like,
it?
Bobs.
Let
Whatever
me
you want to
ask.
do, Bobs. You pick, Bobs. I don't know. Were those all of them? I'm trying to remember them all.
The last one.
I don't know, Bobs. I don't know. I don't know. You pick whatever
See?
you like. What gets me? Oh God, I don't know why it infuriates me is when I'm like, "What about this one?" And you're like, "Whatever you like," and I'm just like, I'm asking you, "What do you like?" And you're like, "Whatever the one you like."
I don't know, Bobs. I can't decide.
Um,
I really can't decide. You know that.
why is it that women are less like direct in their decision making, and when they are direct, it's looked down upon?
I know, Bobs, but I think that's just being me.
You know,
I think some has, like
some
can make
women are.
their own decision. Very
Yeah, but
strong
I'm just saying, like
women.
it's looked down on though when you like you know how whenever a woman is direct, like I want this, they're like, oh, she's not fun to talk to. She's too like, ugh. But when a woman like you is like, I
It's
don't
I
know, and
think
they're like,
it's
oh, I
really my
love you.
personality, Bobs.
Is it?
I'm really indecisive since then.
Yeah, you are. Since the day I met you, you've been indecisive. Yeah. I still love you though.
Love you, Bobs.
Nakihigog mata ko.
Love you.
Oh, wah, 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 wah.
Bobs.
What?
Mm.
I don't give a fuck if I'm on some type of recording. I'm going to be affectionate when I want to be affectionate to my one and only.
Mm.
Mwah.
Love you.
Please promise me you'll keep your hair like this forever and you won't cut it.
Mm.
I think it looks good on you at this
You like
length.
it?
Yes, I like it better than
So
short
I
because
really.
it's not too long. It's not too long and it's not too short.
So I just keep it like this.
I like it, but again, you are your own woman. I don't want anyone out there to think that I'm forcing you to dress a certain way because
No,
I like it.
Bobs. I want to look good to you.
I think you look good, and you are your own woman. I love you.
You like
You
the
just,
color.
I do like it. Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. I think that's a good recording. I think we can end it right here. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be just a trial, Bobs.
yeah, I understand. Go ahead. So, sign off and tell everyone goodbye and give them a
They
goodbye
sound
message.
good.
Huh?
They sound good.
You sound great. So, like I said, look into the camera and tell everybody goodbye and give them a goodbye message.
Well, sure you sure. Bobs.
What
Why
a great
me?
message. Be- Why are you so? Do you want me to take over for you? Does that make you more comfortable?
Yes, please, Bobs.
Okay, because I'm not going to do it now. Now that I know that it would make you more comfortable, I'm going to back off and make you do it. I'm
Bobbies, why are you doing this to me?
okay, fine. Just say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You heard it here first, ladies and
Till
gentlemen.
next time.
Till next time, if you have any questions or anything whatsoever, I'm not going to listen to them because this isn't a real show. I just want everybody out there to know that everything that we said might or might not be true. If you're offended by anything we said, go fuck yourself. Okay, bye. I like how I tried to hang up the thing and it didn't,
Sorry.
it kicked me out of the call instead of.